On the Now KC, the tuberculosis outbreak here grows. What's happening now so it doesn't spread? Also, the possible poison in your purse, the things that can put your kids in danger. Next on the Now KC. JD Rudd is back now with a look at our spring break forecast. JD, you're on the job. It's not spring break for you yet.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's spring break. Al and I are up here having our own spring break.
Well, I'm glad you're having fun.
Can't wait to see how Allison worked those guys. All right.
Hi, Krista. Well, March Madness is underway, and I found lots of fans here at the photo booth. What do you guys want to say? Well, here at the Power and Light, there are shooting and trivia competitions happening right now, live entertainment, watch parties. Of course, tonight's action includes Kansas State against TCU at 6 p.m., followed by Texas taking on Texas Tech at 8 tonight. Now, earlier I caught up with some West Virginia fans. Take a listen.
Watch the Mountaineers win this Big 12 tournament. Win it all.
This is West Virginia. I flew in from Pittsburgh yesterday. Not as far as a 13.5-hour drive, but pretty quick trip. I've been out here before. My friend lives here in Kansas City, so it's my second time here.
Hey, Chris, I want to ask my friends what they think about West Virginia. What do you guys think? Well, that's their reaction. But coming up tonight at 6, I'll introduce you to some Iowa State fans. For now, I'm live at Power and Light District. Allison Brunner, 41 Action News.
All right, thanks. Well, new recall impacting drivers on the road. What you need to know to stay safe ahead on the Now KC. But first, a race car driver pulls off an impressive maneuver after losing his brakes. Our friends at Right This Minute have more.
I found some Iowa State fans. They are excited ahead of tonight's game. What do you guys want to tell me?
Well, thousands are celebrating St. Patrick's Day here in Kansas City. We stopped by one local Irish pub that has a native Dubliner to help bring in that special St. Patty's Day spirit.
He's an icon here in Kansas City.
Meet Eddie Delahunt, a Dublin boy who made his way to Kansas City back in 1989, where he not only fell in love with KC, but also his future sweetheart.
I'm married to a girl from here, so everything's wonderful ever since. You never know what's around the corner.
Little did Eddie know his gigs would turn into CDs, parades, radio shows, and now a household name in and around Kansas City for more than 20 years.
I love his personality and his joy when he sings.
The music is one of the reasons we come here, because it says St. Patrick's Day.
Something he's been doing at O'Dowd's for 19 years, but on his own for much longer.
Oh, well, that's what I say. I've been playing music since I was a kid.
Eddie credits the pub for keeping the Irish atmosphere alive and keeping him from getting too homesick for Dublin.
It's probably one of the best of this style pubs in America that has kept its image and kept its ambience, you know? Because, you know, what you need in a pub, you can have every bric-a-brac thing going, but what you need is atmosphere. And it's here. It's already it's in the wood.
Roots from Ireland, now planted in Kansas City.
I love you, Betsy. That's the wife.
Okay. I hope so. And you can catch Eddie performing until about 9 tonight at O'Dowd's on the Country Club Plaza.
Let's go down to Allison Brunner. Allison's down there on the floor. Poor thing. Bartenders are busy here this weekend. Yeah, really? I'm going to get out where she is. Allison, where are you?
They really are. Well, what a gorgeous day here for fan fest. I don't think we could have asked for better weather. But right now, I want to introduce you to my friend, Vince. Whoops. Vince, take it away. Vince is a local bartender here. Look at him go. You're so talented. But I can tell you he is more than just a bartender. He's almost like a magician.
Vince Eberhard calls himself a flair bartender. He juggles bottles and even lights things on fire.
Oh, I love it.
He says it's less about what goes in the cocktail and more about the entertainment.
I juggle with fire and breathe fire and all kinds of cool stuff.
Something he's been doing for more than 3 years.
Got bored behind the bar, just started flipping some stuff around.
And it's not just something he does on the job.
Every day I sit at home, practice with my Flair bottles and throw bottles around.
When he's not behind the bar, you can catch him competing at Flair and mixology competitions. But for now, he's busy entertaining basketball fans at the Power and Light District.
This and when the World Series happened are probably two of the busiest experiences I've had bartending.
Look at him go! I have no idea how he does that. He is definitely talented. Vince tells me that tonight, when the sun goes down, you can actually catch him juggling fire. I can barely just hold the bottle. Krista?
You keep practicing, Allison. I'm sure you'll get better.
All right, now let's check in with meteorologist JD Rudd to see what's in store for the rest of our St. Patrick's Day evening. But JD, at least the sun's out. It may be a little bit cooler, but the sun is shining.
We have the sun helping us just a little bit.
Right now, one Olathe Northwest student tested positive for tuberculosis disease just a couple of weeks ago. Now 27, though, have the infection. Lisa Benson spent the day talking to doctors about what all of this means. Lisa? Remember when we were talking about JD not sending him outside in the rain, and he shared that story with us about him being in a wetsuit?
Why?
Well, yes, our producers did some digging for you. Take a look.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Oh,
in
there's
his
all of it.
wetsuit.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yep.
Allison, would you get up and do this with these folks?
Well, I can say I crossed it off my bucket list, but that's enough. It's a job where you can literally get a bird's eye view from the Sprint Center. I got to tag along with a local window washer and learned how physically challenging this job can really be.
With balance, agility, and safety equipment, Paul Stom slides a soapy brush and a fanning motion across a window at the Sprint Center.
Not just anybody wants to come do these jobs.
A job Paul knew was for him.
And I knew that this was going to be my job for a very long time.
20 years and counting, something I can cross off my bucket list. The dumbest thing in heels. But I'll let Paul do the job.
Our job's very safe.
He's tethered by 2 ropes working 9 stories above the ground at the Sprint Center.
You're hooked on twice, and to rappel, you simply lift that up.
To keep himself stabilized, Paul uses a suction cup.
If you don't have the suction cup, you are not standing still.
However, Mother Nature will create a standstill. They don't work in lightning, rain, or strong winds. Then there's another issue.
Birds will dive bomb. They don't like you in your area. That's our running joke, is we don't want to be on the 5 o'clock news.
Overall, a job Paul has a passion for and finds enjoyable.
We'll race down. We get a lot of pride out of doing a fantastic job on this building and making it shine.
Something that takes about 2 weeks to come into full fruition here at the Sprint Center. We begin with breaking news today. A deadly shooting in Kansas City, Kansas. Within the last 2 hours, 2 people shot in the 800 block of North 70th Street. Here's a live look at the scene from Sky Tracker. We know one of the victims has died. A second person is hurt. We do believe these are townhomes, according to what the address comes up as. So far, police have not identified any suspects. We do have a crew on the way to the ground. They're looking for updates. As soon as we get those, we will update you. But right now, another rainy, gloomy day out there. Looking forward to a brighter weekend, though, right, Jade? Welcome back. Here's a look at today's top headlines for you in 90 seconds. Wyandotte County Deputy Scott Wood has been released from the hospital. Wood was shot when he walked into the middle of a robbery at a convenience store. 3 men are behind bars in connection with the attempted robbery and shooting. Sheriff Donald Ash released a statement today saying he's encouraged by the progress Deputy Wood has made. A boil advisory for South Kansas City is now canceled. Within just the last 90 minutes, the city canceled the advisory for customers in the area of 75th to 81st Street from Washington to Holmes Road. Water tests say the quality has returned back to normal, meaning the water is now safe to drink. Former Joplin Police Chief Lane Roberts has been appointed as Missouri's new public safety director. He will replace former Director Danielson II, who left after only 6 months there on the job. Roberts served as Joplin's chief from April 2007 until he retired just last year. He helped coordinate local, state, and federal responses to the deadly 2011 tornadoes that devastated the area there. Well, tourist from Overland Park has been hospitalized after a tiger shark bit his arm. The man was snorkeling off the Big Island of Hawaii when he was attacked. Some beaches are closed as a result. A Kansas Senate committee has approved a proposed $15.5 billion state budget that includes tax increases. Lawmakers must close a projected budget shortfall of nearly $600 million for the fiscal year beginning July 1st. The bill.
First question, what does Aaron Go Broad translate to? It's 2 words.
Not good to start with.
Emerald Isle.
No idea. You know? It's a tough one. Ireland forever. How many millions of cards like mailing cards, are delivered in the U.S. for St. Patrick's Day?
Well, that's a Hallmark question. 800,000.
3.
I don't know, 4 million?
15. The color green is associated with St. Patrick's Day for a couple of reasons. Do you know any of those?
The green pastures of Ireland.
Maybe it's because Ireland has a lot of green.
Snakes, shamrocks.
I'm from Chicago. When our city celebrates St. Patrick's Day, what do we dye? A body of water, but what body of water is that? Oh man, I have no idea.
The river.
Woohoo! That is right.
They dye the river green.
Was the first St. Patrick's Day parade celebrated in Ireland? True or false?
False.
False. That's right.
No.
Oh, that was fun.